Alright, hi guys, Brian here, and today I want to give you my impressions on the Transformers Combiner Wars Alpha Bravo figure. This is a controversial figure because he replaces one of the classic Aerialbots that is a plane with a helicopter. He is a pretty decent helicopter though, but before we get into him himself, let's cover what he came with in the packaging, shall we? He comes with the collector's card, which has actually a cool artwork. I do dig the artwork on these guys. Nothing on the back of them, but there's nothing too much to do with the cards, so... He also comes with a pair of weapons. He comes with a belt-fed machine gun of some sort, and a Gatling gun. A pair of Gatling guns, I suppose I should say. I kind of dig this because you can plug it into the bottom here, and it's just, he looks like he's going to be well, not in trouble, but he's going to cause trouble. And throw that down there, and just, this is a guy I don't want to mess with. Dual Gatling guns underneath him, flying at you, Anyway, I dig his weapons. Those are cool. And I think probably these Gatling guns work the best out of all the hand-foot gun things for the Transformer that comes with I think these Gatling guns work best for Alpha Bravo, better than any other of the handgun cannon things for the other figures. Not even the Stunticons have something I think works as well as this. Granted, I think just putting Gatling guns on a giant helicopter is just probably a good idea in general, so food for thought. But let's go ahead and pull in his Aerialbot brethren and see how the team looks. And bam, here is a team of aerial experts, aerial combatants, aerial bots, if you will. These guys look good together. As I said in basically every single video, I like the way this team looks, and Power Glide as an Aerialbot is growing on me. These guys all scale pretty well, roughly the same amount of mass. Granted, helicopters and planes are not operating on the same scale, so that kind of bugs me, but, if I'm going to go in assuming they're going to be about the same size, then this works fine, in my opinion. Compared to Fireflight, they are roughly the same amount of mass. Alpha Bravo is a bit longer because his tail section here, increases his length. But without that, you can see his head. Without that, though, they are basically the exact same size as everyone else. But to compare them with another style of Voyager, here is Generations Roadbuster. You can see the Voyager towers over the Deluxe pretty efficiently. Very big difference in mass. We've also got Chromia, who is the Prid RC mold. Deluxes are about the same size. And since she's a Cybertronian motorcycle, I don't care that she's the same size as a helicopter. And one more. There's Bombshell, the Decepticon. Rather small comparatively. But I'm okay, I like the Decepticon small. But there's one other comparison I'm sure everyone really wants to see, and that is him with the TFC Slingshot analog, who I don't remember what this guy's name is. Actually, I'm going to pause the video and refresh my memory of them. Harrier. Harrier. His name is Harrier because he's a Harrier jet. Very original name from TFC. But, again, it's comparing a Deluxe to a Voyager scale figure. They do not even come close to the same amount of mass, really. So, really, if you're going in expecting them to be about the same, you're kind of just setting yourself up for failure. Or, rather, disappointment. And given the fact that these guys aren't even the same character completely, one would have to be... I don't know, if somebody ever asked me which one I prefer, I'd say I can't really say which one I prefer because they're two different characters. Just so happens to be they're both white limbs of Superion. So other than that, it doesn't really matter to me. They're different characters. So now that we've got that out of the way, what do you guys say we get to robot mode and discuss what he's got in that mode, shall we? Let's do. Alright, and here is Alpha Bravo in robot mode. Looks pretty cool, I think. For his articulation, his head is on a glorious ball joint. You can look pretty much anywhere you want with him. His arms are on a ball joint and can move around as much as you want. Doesn't really get in the way of anything. He's got a bicep swivel at the elbow. He's got an elbow joint that gives him 90 degrees of movement. No wrist swivel. He's got a waist joint because he turns into an arm, so yay. He's got a ball jointed hip. He's got a thigh swivel, so you can get some good range of movement on these guys. He's got a decent range of movement at the knee. Granted, he's got a big block, so you can't really get too much. He's got a toe, sort of. But let's go ahead and bring in his compatriots to see how the team looks all together, shall we? And bam, that is a lot of white bots. I think these guys look cool as a team. This definitely seems like a coherent unit and a coherent theme group. I'm just digging it. Scale-wise, these guys look all about the same size, so they all kind of gel together pretty nicely. I am definitely satisfied with how these guys scale with each other. For comparison, though, with another Voyager, we have Generations Roadbuster here, who is towering over him because he's a Voyager versus Deluxe. Granted, a helicopter versus a armored vehicle would not be anywhere close to this. It'd be like something more along the lines of like this, to use some forced perspective. Ha ha ha. Mwahaha, I am taller than you because you are in the background. No, I'm taller than you because I'm in the foreground. Okay. Sorry. So, you got your Deluxe that is shorter than a Voyager. Big surprise there. Turn around in my hands, Roadbuster. You are so annoying me today. We've also got Chromia. Hey, look, another Deluxe. About the same size. You see, half a head shorter. I'm okay with it. They look decent enough together. I'm fine with it. Shocking, I know. We've got Bombshell, who's also going to round out one of our comparisons here. Shorter, because he's a Legends. He's an insect. I'm okay with that. I like it. But one comparison I'm sure everyone really wants to see is TFC's Harrier, who is not even the same character, so it's kind of an odd comparison to make, other than the fact that they both are white and turn into an arm for Superion. Shockingly, a Voyager and a Deluxe are different sizes. I am so surprised by this. Not in any way, shape, or form. For the head sculpt comparison, which I'm apparently doing now, I think I like his head sculpt better. This one actually, Harrier. You're Harrier. You are Harrier and you are loving it. I don't mind his head sculpt. I kind of like it. But I think I like this one on Alpha Bravo just a bit better. So, there these guys are together. Look pretty dissimilar. Not even really all that the same at all. So, kind of an odd comparison to make, but people will ask. For his transformation, it's got some interesting things on it and some not interesting things. Like, this propeller and blade thing just kind of sucks. Like, this is what I do with it. You could also theoretically do something like this and pull all the way up. But then you have these helicopter blades poking out from under his arms, which doesn't look horrible, I'll say. Especially if you view it only from the front. If you view it from the sides, hi! But I don't know, there's no real great way to handle these helicopter blades for this figure anyway. Ah, you're stabbing your own armpits. That'd be uncomfortable. So I just put them here and then pull this up basically as far as I'm comfortable, because I don't want to bend these things too much. The tail thing here rotates. Tail rotor rotates, so you can rotate it however you want. I go ahead and just do that. Basically, rotate it in a random direction. So his transformation with his feet are kind of cool. I like how the front half of the helicopter has these, like just the whole way the foot combines into one cohesive thing kind of just tickles my fancy. Like, this toe plugs in pretty well into the cockpit. and then you rotate it around and plug it into the side of the leg, and just, I don't know, I like the way this leg looks, I like the way it transforms. I don't love the way this leg looks, but I like it well enough. It's finger fun for me. I'm always surprised by how well the combiner parts actually hide in these figures, despite the fact that they're not hiding at all. So I don't know. I'm okay with how this guy transforms. I'm okay with the paint job on this guy. So I guess this is leading me into my final thoughts on the figure. I like Alpha Bravo here. I know he's controversial because, hey, he's not one of the original Aerialbots, but whatever. I like this guy for who he is. I think it adds some nice variety to the team. One of the reasons why the Combaticons are always used so much is because of the variety of vehicle modes that you have in that. And adding Alpha Bravo to the Aerialbots is something similar to that. Now you don't have just 5 jets. You have 4 jets and a helicopter. I would be okay with changing one of the guys out with like a stealth bomber or something. You know, add some more variety to the Aerialbots. I'm okay with that. You don't even need to make the characters change. Just give them new bodies, give them new alt modes. I don't care. I'm also okay with them being all jets. But, you know, from a purely aesthetic standpoint, I don't mind changing them up. So, I kind of dig this guy. I lament the lack of a wrist swivel. I lament the lack of actual feet. But other than that, I dig this guy. He's got an awesome head sculpt. He's got a great alt mode. In fact, Ian and I both, upon immediately seeing this cockpit, said, why does that look like a space shuttle? Because to us, this is very clearly a, hey, I'm going to be repainted as Blast Off alt mode. Because that just looks like a space shuttle to us. To both Ian and me independently had this thought. I showed this figure to him just to see his reaction, and his first words were, that looks like a space shuttle. And that was exactly the thoughts that went through my head. But anyway, I like this guy. But there's my thoughts on the figure, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys think. How does everything look to you? What do you guys think about Alpha Bravo? I'm curious to know how many of you guys actually hate the fact that he exists or love the fact that he exists. Am I alone in liking that the Aerialbots get a new member? Let me know. Bye.